hard ice. A little easier when your auger's sharp, that's for sure. Check the depth. A weighted depth finder. I'm out trying to ice fish again. We're supposed to be getting a warm snap here in the next few days, so I'm afraid we're going to lose our ice. So I thought I'd try it again. It's a little pond close to town. It's got pretty good sized bass, crappie in it. Oh, got a fish on. Ah, missed it. Today I'm just using some little teardrop jigs, wax worms. See what we get. We've been down in the single digits for the last few days. It's been really cold. Today we're supposed to get up high 20s, maybe crack 30. Wind's cold, but it's not bad. Well, didn't have much luck there. Had a few bites. That was about it. So I'm gonna load up and go try somewhere else. So hang in there. A couple of things about farm pond fishing. Most of the time they're okay if they're field runoff ponds, but if you know they're, fed by a spring fed or whatever, a lot of times I would just avoid them. They, it causes weak spots in the ice. It's very unstable a lot of the times. A lot of our rock quarry ponds here through the Midwest are spring fed and don't totally freeze over, so be careful, find out. It's not always a safe bet. Well, we're at a different pond. I'm going to give it a try. And I was going to say too, I don't really recommend people going ice fishing by themselves. But as cold as it's been, I know the ice is thick, really thick. I just lost my junk. But here's a thing you can pick up and wear them around your neck. And what it is, here, I'll show you. 2 spikes. In the event you did fall in, you have a fighting chance of crawling out. You can find those at ice fishing stores, whatnot, but I'm gonna check this pond out, see what we can do. I gotta reload my junk. Okay, so we got off of that. Ice is pretty sketchy. I think what's happened is the pond levels have dropped so much because we haven't had any moisture. As soon as I drilled my hole, and it was really easy to drill, the whole pond kind of settled. It scared the crap out of me. So we're not going to fish this one today, that's for sure. So might have to go with some bigger water, see what's out there. Woo! So I'm pretty sure I've been alright, but fishing by yourself on the ice especially, it's not worth taking the risk. So there's other days. Okay, so I drove around, did some more scouting. All the ponds are looking about the same, and so I guess this video is turning into more of a tips and awareness. And it is good to know some things about ice fishing and safety. One of the things is waterproof phone case that hangs around your neck, tucks inside. Good thing to have with you in any water sport actually anymore. Especially if you're by yourself. I do a lot of stuff by myself. I always make sure I have some kind of way of getting a hold of somebody. And then before I leave a note where I'm going, where I'll be at, what time I left. So somebody at least knows where you're at. I had a friend a few years ago. He called me and wanted to go ice fishing. Ice was terrible, and I thought he was joking. I thought he was being funny. No, he was serious. He went by himself, and the next day I found out he went through, and one guy knew where he was going, but it took 45 minutes to get to him. Got him out of the ice, got him to the hospital. His temperature was so low they could barely even get a reading on it. He lived, but barely. I mean, it was a close call. So it's dangerous. It can be dangerous. So just be aware of it. Don't take risks. I know most people nowadays have automatic ignition, automatic locks on their vehicles. Get them out of your pocket. Hide them on your vehicle. If you have to lock your truck, at least you know where they're at. Tell somebody else where they're at. I always hide my keys on my truck if I have to lock it somewhere, so I know if I can get to it, if I can get in it and get warmed up. Same thing happened to me a long time ago, out ice fishing by myself a couple decades ago, and a storm blew in and it got cold fast. I could barely get my truck doors open, got in, barely could get the truck started because my fingers were so cold, and I had to sit there for 30 minutes with the heater on high just so I could function. It was bad, but this is river, frozen, not safe. I do not recommend river ice fishing in the Midwest anymore. It does not get thick enough. And it looks like some people have been out here goofing around, but go them. Not me. So anyway, so it was a bust fishing, but hope a few of these tips help you, and we'll catch you on the next one. See you later. So a grasshopper walks into a bar, orders a scotch and soda. The bartender says, "Hey, we got a drink named after you." And the grasshopper says, "You got a drink named Irvin?" It's still funny.